Welcome to Today I Work On, and welcome to the 4C. Welcome to its first track day. As here, this car's on track. I'm super excited to get this car on track. I actually have taken it out for quick little warm-up sessions, and I'll give you my thoughts in it in car. But first observations, the car is nothing like my S2000. It's nothing like a Supra. It's nothing like my Dodge Viper. It is so different. I'm gonna call it like it's a Vegas. If you're a good-looking girl, we would call it a Vegas 10 that's like just a wild child. That's my first initial impression. There was no grip out there on the first session, so it was kind of sketchy. I actually almost lost it in the first turn, which is pretty common. I was able to save it. I wish I had that video. I'm gonna get some in-car, and I'm gonna probably lay it over and get into how I feel about the car in the next session. Let's hop in the car, and I'm gonna go over what mods I've done to the car so you know what kind of performance you should expect. It's not stock. There's a couple of little upgrades, so let's go over that. The first upgrade we have is the rims. These rims are a custom rim setup. It was a group buy in the 4C forums. They're 18s by 8.5 and then 19s by 9.5 in the rear. So the stock setup is 1 inch smaller front to rear. I also went with a bigger tire. It's a 225/40/18 in the front. And then in the rear, we have a 255/35/19. I did swap out. I put in some SRF fluid, stock brake pads. There is a mod. I did the MagnaFlow rear exhaust. It sounds great. I'm getting compliments left and right on it. And the only other thing I did was I did a stage 1 tune by Alfa. That was also a group buy on the 4C forum, so I did that. That's about it. There's nothing else really going on. So just to compare apples to apples, so the performance will be different compared to a completely stock car. I do have camber plates at home. I do need to install those, but this car, after the first 2 sessions, it does need more camber. So that's the summary on what I did to the car. So let's get on track and see what it does. This is Shenandoah. I'm gonna go over how I'm feeling right now. Right now, it's a left-hander. I'm 4 laps in, and my hands are really starting to fatigue. And this is like the only brake you have. And let's talk about braking. The braking on this car is amazing. They're stock brakes. I just swapped to Castrol SRF, and the modulation was great. I was so confident with the brakes. But let's watch this turn right here, and I am fighting the car. I'm trying not to oversteer. I'm trying not to understeer. I'm trying to be smooth, and it's taking every effort of my body to keep this car smooth. So now we go into another straightaway, and right now I'm hurting. I need a little break. Thankfully, we have this little straight, and now we're going into the second highest G turn, and it's like a 1.35 G turn. It maxes out right here, and my hands are tired, and right-hander, and now right here I oversteer. I get on the gas just a little bit too early, and I lose the rear. That's how touchy-feely this car is. So now we're going under this bridge, and right past the bridge, we're gonna get some serious air. It makes the car super unsettled, and I'm only going 7/10 here. And then you have a huge braking zone, and then you go into the carousel, which is a replica of the carousel at the Nürburgring. And right here, I'm hitting almost 1.5 Gs. Super intense. And again, I need to lift my left hand because I was cramping. Now these more turns, this is just madness, right? Constant turns. I understeered there a little bit more. And now I'm almost done with the lap, and I'm still not breathing because this is, if you look at my keychain, look how far right it's going. There's a lot of G's everywhere on this track. And now finally the keychain relaxed, and I'm going down the back straight, and that's this crazy lap in a 4C. I hope you enjoyed it, and let's talk about the car more. Back from the track. It's the next morning, and I like to, before I do a recap, I like to sit down and just compress all the info I have in my head, talk about it. So I want to summarize the 4C. It's not an S2000. It's not a Dodge Viper. In complete honesty, the Dodge Viper is like a little kitten compared to the 4C. My arms were killing me. The car is manual steering and at Shenandoah there's 21 to 22 turns with the carousel, plus the jump when you go over the bridge. There is so much steering input on this track. With manual steering, I was questioning my life. I was so tired. My hands, my forearms, my shoulders, just working this car. In a weird way, I absolutely loved it. I could understand why people don't like the 4C. The 4C, I couldn't concentrate on anything other than driving this car. I could barely look at the data. I could barely look at the speedo. I could barely look at the tach. Everything was on complete feel. And to me, that is the pinnacle of driving. I don't want nannies. I don't want to sit down and point and shoot on a track. I want to work for my lap times. And the 4C, if you want a car that's going to make you super smooth, right there behind me, that is the car to buy. I can't recommend the 4C enough. I love driver's cars. Like I said, I got the Viper, the S2000. I feel like these three cars are some of the best driving cars ever made that make you work for lap times. Now, I know we have the Porsche people. I know we have BMW people. To me, they're too easy to drive. I don't want to offend anyone, but it's so easy to love those cars. It's like loving the Yankees. Anyone could be a Yankees fan, but I'm a Mets fan. It's a lot harder to be a Mets fan. So that's my analogy on like the 4C versus other cars that people love a lot more. I just feel like it's just such a misunderstood car, and having it on track in a stock setup, basically a stock setup. I went over what mods were on the car. I really felt like I got to feel what Alfa wanted to do with the car. I feel like Alfa bought racing back 30 years in this car because it's just so raw. So that's my recap. That's my summary on the 4C on track. If you have any questions, if you're a BMW, a Porsche guy, girl that, you know, you're watching this video and you're questioning and you want the 4C, the car is probably not for you. It's not gonna be easy to drive. So, you know, stick with the Porsche, stick with the BMW. If you want a car that is going to make you work for it and make you, when you get out of the car, make you feel like, I am so sorry, I can't move my arms. I worked that car so hard. The 4C is the answer. Plus, it's absolutely beautiful. There were people that had been on track for 20 years at this private event. They've never seen the 4C before. They were enamored by it. There's people taking pictures of it. I had, I think, half of the people at the track come up to me and talk to me about the 4C. So that's another really cool aspect of the car. And that's my summary. So again, thanks for watching. If you like this 4C video, please like it. If you like all my 4C videos, and I have a lot more coming because I have a lot more things I want to do now to the car, please subscribe. And thanks for watching. And I think my next episode on the 4C is going to be installing the AlphaWorks alignment blocks, that are race blocks for the front of the car. So look forward to seeing that. Thanks for watching again, and take care.